What's up, you guys? It's Lexi, and if you are thinking about your mindset and how you can boost it so that you can actually have a positive growth within your business, because we don't realize that a lot of the time what we're doing in our business is impacted very, very heavily by our mindset.
Absolutely.
Welcome, guys, to my channel. This is Lexi, and welcome back to the Lexi J Way. Today, I'm here with my business partner, Lisa.
Hi.
Of Money Matters, and we are going to be talking to you about just that. So stay tuned after the intro.
So the first thing you want to do is you want to create a daily routine. This is incredibly important because often how you start your day is how you end your day. And if you can start your day in a positive way every day, you're more likely to end your day that way as well. So we suggest a few things in order to create a good daily routine. One is you want to be reading. We actually have a list of our suggested mindset related books in the
description box below.
And you can go ahead and take a look at those. One of my favorites, and I know one of Lexi's favorites, is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Will definitely get you off to the right start, but there are many others that you can also take a look at as well.
If you guys haven't made it to this part of the video, which is very soon in the video, definitely go ahead and smash the like button below, leave us a comment, and let us know what you want to see from us in the future, and subscribe to this channel because we will be posting business tips, entrepreneurial tips, tutorials, and things of that nature to help you guys scale your business extremely quickly in comparison to what you can do on your own. So for our number 2, and this is the list of the 8 things that we believe you should do in order to develop a positive business mindset. Number 2 on that list is going to be setting a clear goal. And the reason why you would want to do that is because it's simply really important for you to have a specific thing that you are after. You can get caught up in so many different avenues thinking that you have to do 100 different things, and I know, especially as an entrepreneur myself, and Lisa can relate, that you feel like there's so much to be done all the time. When you set a clear goal, you always know that there is one specific thing that you're trying to achieve, and you're going to be constantly trying to reach that, and you're going to actually have a clear path of things that you can do and set on that to-do list and on your daily routine in order to reach it. So that's definitely my opinion on what I do, and I know Lisa does, and we have seen tremendous growth in our business and within ourselves when we have been focusing on that specific goal.
Another thing that you can do, or should do really, is to practice affirmations on a daily basis. So what I like to coach people through is how you come up with those affirmations. What you should do is, if you take a current result that you're getting that you don't want, and you can write out in a lot of detail what is happening with that, right? So you might be selling either a digital product or service, or you might be selling some kind of physical product. Either way, right, you need clients in order to make money. And if selling has historically not been a strong suit for you, or you don't like it, or it's uncomfortable, then you might not be getting the results that you want. And so I recommend that you write out in detail the things that are happening, the actions that you're going through that are getting you the results that you're getting today, and then write the exact opposite. So you're going to imagine the exact opposite of the things that are happening today, and write that out in as much detail as you did what you don't want to happen. And you are going to take that new description with all of those positive actions, and that will become your affirmations. So you might have something like, what is happening today might be something like, I might make a sale and then get all excited, and then I'm inconsistent for the next 2 months. Or I get nervous when I'm talking to people and I'm not able to close the sale when I'm on the phone. Well, instead of that being what your reality is, you want to take the opposite of that. So it might be, I love talking to customers. I love persuading them to purchase my products. I love helping them see the value in what I have to offer. those become your affirmations. That's what you're writing and you're reading every day.
That is awesome. First of all, if you have a positive mindset, you're gonna go so much farther in life. So yes, but for our number 4 on the list, it's going to be finding a mentor. Now, I know that if you are watching this and you already have a mentor, you know how much it has benefited you to have somebody that you look up to, that you can emulate, that you can kind of see what their process is and pretty much take yourself from point A to point B much faster. I know that myself, when I personally found a mentor when I was first getting into entrepreneurship, I kind of realized that there are so many different ways that you can fail. And that's not, that's not being negative. This is a positive mindset based video, but there's so many ways that you can fail in business because there's so many things and so many, pieces of a puzzle that have to fit properly in order for you to scale and for people to buy your products, services, whatever you're offering. And so, yeah. And so in order for you to kind of skip a lot of those phases of failure is finding a mentor who's already gone through it. And the reason why is because they are going to coach you through anything that you might have going on that you might be doubting yourself with, or you might be thinking, I can't do this. And they'll kind of guide you through everything and show you the way. And you don't necessarily have to find a specific mentor. I personally recommend getting a coach, getting a business or getting a mindset coach, because then you have a one-on-one individualized experience where you're constantly getting just getting to be able to talk to somebody about the things that you're going through, and you'll get your problems solved much faster. But if you don't have the access to that, in the meantime, you can simply find mentors online that you can watch their processes, see what they've done, go back and see what they did when they were first getting started up to now, and kind of figure out how you can emulate that, like I said, for yourself, and develop a track and a pathway that you can use in combination with your goal, with your planning that you're doing on a day-to-day basis to kind of shortcut your way to success. And there's a lot of people online that you can, use as your mentor. You can even use us as your mentor, but at the end of the day, there's so many ways that you can get access to mentorship, and that is a very, very important thing to do in business.
Another thing that you should do is surround yourself with people who you want to be like, right? My guess is today that your circle consists of people that you've just known for a long time, friends or family that you've known for a long time, which is cool. That's great. I mean, those are oftentimes people who we're very close to and we've been through some stuff with. As you start your journey as an entrepreneur, you will realize that it is going to be extremely important to surround yourself with people who have what you want. If you don't, you will always, always, always see mediocrity, because you really are the average of the 5 closest people to you. And chances are, unless you already run in a very wealthy circle, you're not going to find wealth in that. So you want to always be looking for opportunities to surround yourself with people who have what you want. They oftentimes have access to other people who have what you want and can help you, right? It's all about who you know. We all know that. Mm-hmm. And so surrounding yourself with people like that gives you access to other opportunities.
Yeah, befriend your future, not your past, you guys, and know that so knowledge comes in multiple different forms and wealth comes in multiple different forms. That you can either have a wealth of information, a wealth of relationships, or a wealth of money. Number 6 on our list, you guys, is being persistent. A lot of the time we actually think that there is something that we have to do in order to be successful, and actually the main thing is being persistent. When you are receiving feedback, when you're receiving what you might consider to be criticism towards things that you're doing, if something doesn't go right, if you're putting out an ad and you feel like it's not receiving the support from your audience or the click-through or people purchasing it, or you feel like somehow people aren't responding the way that you thought you would. You spent hours on the copy for this ad, the visuals for this ad, you put a lot of your budget into this ad. Sometimes you just have to realize that testing is extremely important. You have to be persistent enough to continue on and take it as a lesson instead of taking it as an L or a loss, because a lot of the time there's companies that put thousands, even tens of thousands or millions of dollars into a campaign and it flops. And if they were to take that flop as the reason why they're just going to stop selling for the rest of the year, they're going to stop putting out new products, they're going to stop working on their business, their brand, then there would be so many companies that we just wouldn't hear from the rest of the year. We just wouldn't hear from these people for the rest of the year. There's people that put out, product campaigns, courses, they launch them and then they flop. It's not what you do with the flop in a negative way. It's what you do with it in a positive way to learn and develop and adapt. Maybe there was just something that wasn't clear to your audience from the previous time. That's one of the reasons why in ads they allow you to do A and B testing, or what's also known as split testing, because you can put one thing in front of an audience and then another thing in front of the same audience, and it could be about the exact same thing, and they might not even click on the first one, but that second time it might come around and they're like, ooh, what is this? That's because psychology is a major part, that takes a major part in why people interact with ads and why people interact with businesses and why people buy from somebody and not somebody else, or can relate to one person and not somebody else. So you have to be persistent enough to remain dedicated when the motivation to continue doing your business or your work subsides. So that's definitely one of the things that I think personally is important.
Look, every person who owns a business is going to make mistakes and is going to experience failure. That's just the reality of it. So that's why persistence is so key. You want to persist through that. Don't give up. We encourage you to keep going. Others around you should be encouraging you to keep going. I know you are going to have times where you feel like giving up and giving in, but don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. You've got someone like Thomas Edison who took him 10,001 tries to invent the light bulb. The first 10,000 times he failed, and he doesn't even see those as failures. If you look this up, you'll see his quote is that he just found 10,000 ways that it wouldn't work. And so he was actually successful those 10,000 times in finding ways it wouldn't work. So consider those not as losses, as Lexi was saying. Consider those as just feedback. They're opportunities to improve and move forward. Which leads us to the number 7, which is responding versus reacting. So you want to respond instead of reacting to things, to anything. And what we mean by that is, as Lexi was saying, you might have an ad that you post and you think it's great media, you've put a lot of time into your copy, and now you're super emotionally tied to it because you post it and you're super psyched about it. You think it's going to do great things. This is like the best ad you've ever created in your life. You're actually budgeting $20 a day for it, and so you know that you're going to do something with this. You feel really good about it. And then it doesn't do what you want it to do. And yes, we've all had those moments. Rather than take that as something that you react to emotionally and get personally involved with it, it really is just feedback. And your audience is telling you they're not responding to it in the way that you wanted them to. So that's where the split testing comes in. That's where it's important to just change one aspect of your ad, right? You don't want to change more than one because then you don't know what's working and what's not. Change one aspect, right? You might change from a picture to a video. And when you do that, all of a sudden your response rate goes up. But in that scenario, all you're doing is taking in the feedback, you make the adjustment, and you move forward. And so it's very, very important not to react emotionally to those kinds of setbacks. They aren't setbacks at all. It's really just feedback for us to respond to.
I agree to that 100%. This leads us to number 8, which is our last one. If you guys have made it this far in this video, comment that my mindset is going to push me in a positive direction in my business. I'm going to see massive growth this year. I'm going to do the best my business has ever done. If you've made it this far in this video, definitely go ahead and do that. If you haven't already, turn on the like button, click the like button, smash it, whatever you want to call it, and turn on the notification bell for this channel, because if you've made it this far, that means you're engaged, you are with us, you're following us, and you want more of what we have to offer. You guys, you have made it this far. Number 8 is partake in an activity that facilitates mental growth. And this can be so many different things. This can be getting a mindset therapist, going to talk to a therapist, a regular, therapist in general. This can be enrolling in a course. This can be getting a mindset coach. This can be enrolling in a program similar to the one that we have, which is called Thinking into Results, where we help you to shift your paradigms in order to create the life that you want. For one, if you have somebody that can kind of absorb the negative shock or the negative emotions that you might be feeling and help you turn them into a positive, that can kind of delete some of the stress that you might have. I actually spoke to my doctor a couple of days ago, and I told her I felt like my hair wasn't that big anymore and all this stuff, and she told me that your stresses can be delayed up to 6 months for hair loss, and you might be seeing loss in your hair from things that you were experiencing 6 or more months ago, right? And so we just have to realize that we can talk to somebody and we can just release any type of stress that we might have, and that will take us so much further. In your business, you're going to experience stresses, you're going to experience things that don't go the way that you plan. And if you have a coach, someone who can guide you through it, like I said before, finding a mentor, somebody who can lead you in the right direction. We actually have a 6-month course where we literally guide you, weekly in lessons that will help you to develop a mindset that will boost your business, boost your revenue, increase the way that you think in order to become the person that deserves the life that you want to live. You might be right now, why are these things not happening for me? Why am I not in the position that I feel I should be in at this point in my life? Why am I X years old and I feel like I should be here, and there's people that are my age that are here and I'm not there yet? Well, for one, you can't compare yourself to another person, because it's just not the case that we go through the same things in life. We have our own journeys. Everything happens to you that's meant to happen to you. However, you can shift your life by being a part of something like Thinking into Results, because it allows you to be able to have that shift in order to become that person that then deserves those things that you feel you deserve and have wanted to get before. Because in order to, step in to your new self, to your new life, you have to put yourself in the position to be that person.